So it's been a couple of weeks since I last spoke to you. I think I've missed 2 weeks, maybe 3. 2. Oh, I'll work it out later, it's not important. I have an excuse for last week because I was in Edinburgh. But the week before, no excuses. I should have been recording, I should have been doing all sorts. But I think part of that goes back to what I spoke about last time, which was that I was giving up on Fitbit. That's not giving up on the fitness journey in general, just Fitbit, because of the inaccuracies I've been dealing with. So I've already dropped the Fitbit watch, and I now have a Withings watch, which looks a bit more stylish in my view. So straight away you can see it's got dials on it, so you can see the time, and then that dial there is percentage of goal, which currently says, well, it actually says 18%, but actually it's 118% because obviously it's gone round the clock in this case. So if I just quickly, you can see by pressing the button it tells me different things. So the heart rate will be wrong because it's not attached to me right now. It says 92 BPM there. Steps, there you go, 118, sorry, 11,858, 1,800 maybe? I don't know. And that's distance, 5.45 miles. That's the alarm I've got set in the morning. Basically, I can wear this tonight and it'll buzz. So, oh yeah, 1,800 calories, 1,888. And how much battery is left. The battery apparently should last 20 days of full usage, plus a reserve of 25 days of activity tracking. I might be slightly wrong on that, but it's around that sort of figure. So, that's now on my watch for... I'm doing it 7 days at a time, so every Saturday night I'm going to charge it. I just think that's a fairly reasonable timescale for it. And I'll measure my sleep every other night, so that gives me a new target of how much do I sleep each night. Which, you know, the estimated goal should be between 7 and 9 hours, so I've set 8 hours as my goal, but if I'm getting 7 to 9 hours, that's pretty good, I think. Also, you've seen my Fitbit scales before, and you've seen me talk about how many times I have to step on it to try and get an accurate reading. That's now got to such a ridiculous state, it's got over a stone difference between the smallest and the largest reading, so I can't really trust it. Now, I should have picked this up a minute ago. Since I last spoke to you, I've been to Nuffield. So, again, they've printed in black and white. It's frustrating because they used to print in colour, now they print in black and white. I'm not going to scan all this in this time. I'm just going to quickly go through some highlights. Sorry, with those scales, this is the first highlight. Those scales had said I'd lost, what, about a stone since I'd last done it? Their scale said I'd lost 1 kilogram, which is about £2. That's not much in 3 months. Now they're saying it's still good because it's going in the right direction, and I'm agreeing with that, but it's not going to be enough to hit my goal before I go to LA and Vegas. So, and also, as I say, because I'm losing faith in the Fitbit scales, I've decided I'm going to get the Withings scales, and I ordered them at the same time as the watch. So I've had this about 2 weeks. Amazon unfortunately had the scales on back order, so I've been waiting for them to come in. I did originally try to order on the Withings website, but that just didn't work for whatever reason. I don't know what the problem there was, but hey, I got it ordered on Amazon and it was actually cheaper anyway. But it's been on back order. The Amazon website says it's going to be delivered this week, so hopefully I'll be able to start giving some accurate readings. So this says I'm 21 stone and 1 pound. I still have the Fitbit scales, so when I get the Withings scales, the first Sunday afterwards I'm going to weigh on both of them. Obviously that means I've got to weigh on the Fitbit one several times, but I have stood on them this morning. It does agree that I'm about 21 stone, 1 to 3 pounds, whatever it is. But again, it's got a variation, so I don't know whether to trust it or not. So I'm just not really counting these weighings at the minute, which is a hard thing to do when I've basically been ruled by the scales for the last 6 months. More than 8 months, I think. September I started? Yeah. So that's where I'm at with that. Now, just to quickly go through this. Obviously, let's put my BMI at 40. waist to hip ratio, that seems to vary every time how they measure it. Blood pressure 120/75, that's all in normal range, so nobody can argue with anything there. Resting heart rate has stayed at 63 BPM. It's a good rate. Aerobic fitness stayed at 39. It's in the where is it? Fair zone. Whatever. Cholesterol stayed at low. Blood glucose has stayed at good level. Hydration and all that lot is what I tell them. So obviously can be skewed by if I'm not remembering right. And health score has gone up to 68 from 62. So no worries there. It's these are working well for me. These are telling me that I'm going in the right direction. So plans going forward. Again, new stuff, so I've got to replan everything. Starting with steps. So, and I don't mean the concert I'm going to at the end of the year, by the way. I actually mean steps. Sorry, bad jokes time. So, I want to get back up to my 10,000 steps a day. What I've done, obviously this lot gets uploaded to the Withings website every day through my phone. I wanted to set that to shared. Frustratingly, I can't. I don't know why. I think Withings have just basically said, no, we're not doing that. That's a Fitbit thing or whatever they've decided. So, for now, I can't share the exact data. I can share it on a day-by-day basis, so I can select the steps I did yesterday and set that to shared and stick it on my Twitter account. So, I'm going to try and do that. The other thing I've set up is a spreadsheet, which is going to show all my backdated steps and also what I believe my target should be. So I've put in the last week's worth from last Sunday to today, and it's a pretty dire amount. I've had a week off work just now, and really I've done nothing with that week off. For one, for the bed, it's a mess. So that's this is still creaking. I was going to order a new chair as well, I just have never got round to it. Anyway, so, and yeah, that chair, by the way, needs taking out. This chair needs dumping. So much to do. There's boxes piled up there. This here, that's the vacuum, which has been used, but you wouldn't be able to tell. I have so much I need to sort out. I'm really not painting a pretty picture of myself here, but I feel I need to say the truth at least. Anyway, back to where I was. Where was I? Oh yeah. So what I've done is I've told it to take the average number of steps for last week, round it up to the next 1,000, and that's my target for the following week. If the number of steps I've done this week was less than the target, then the target sticks plus 1,000. So the target is always going to go up. Even if I do less steps, the target will continue going up until it reaches a maximum level of 15,000 steps a day. That's just a theoretical maximum I've stuck in there. Once it reaches 10,000, I'm telling it to not go up by 1,000 a week, only to go up by the average from last week. There's some complicated formula in there basically that's telling it to do that, which I've set up. Now that spreadsheet, you've seen that in the past I've shared spreadsheets, so I'll continue sharing that. That'll be a new link that'll be in the description down below. We'll be taking the Fitbit link out because it's useless. You won't be seeing anything useful in there. The watch itself ran out of charge halfway through the day. I actually deactivated it, so we knew it was dead, basically. That's the way it goes. So that's where we're at with that. What else do I need to update you on? Swimming and sporadic. I went last Sunday, and I'm going to start going again before work twice this week, hopefully. See what I can do. There's a lot of things for me to do in work because I've been off for a week. I'll be in early tomorrow just trying to catch up on things. Just make sure we are up to date and I can do things. So that means tomorrow's a write-off for that. The only other update I have at the minute is to do with, I think I mentioned that I had a hospital appointment regarding my teeth coming up. That actually happened last Thursday, That was just the consultation, though. The actual operation, I've got to wait 8 to 10 weeks. I hate waiting, but they have decided it is going to be taken out of the tooth that my dentist wanted extracting, and I'll be having that done under a general anaesthetic. And what they've advised me is when they do it, obviously I won't be fit for anything the day after. They've literally said the day after will be a write-off. So I won't be going into work, I won't be worrying about steps, targets or anything like that. Probably wouldn't be a good idea for me to try and record anything either. So basically, I'll obviously let you know that's happened when it's happened. I don't know when it's going to be. They've said it's an 8 to 10 waiting list. So what can we do? Also on that spreadsheet, sorry, because I'm jumping between topics here, because again, as usual, there is no script. There's plenty of paperwork on my desk, like envelopes that really need chucking out and that sort of stuff. But okay, so also on that spreadsheet is a weight tracker, which has a target weight that adjusts every week depending on how I weighed the week before, that sort of thing. It's currently set to the 21 stone 3 pound I measured this morning, and what it's going to do is every 12 weeks it'll bring my target down to the next stone down, or if I make it there earlier, it changes the target earlier. It's basically the same principle as the previous system I used. I am still going to keep up with the previous system, but the thing is, with the new scales, it's going to make a difference. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I think that is the main things that I really needed to discuss just to get me back on track here. I am very open to suggestions. I've not mentioned any food. That's doing well. Okay, last 2 weeks my food has been appalling. Let's just say that. Let's just say I've had more takeaways in the last 2 weeks than I've had for the whole journey, I think. Okay, back to what I was saying. So I am open to suggestions as to what I need to do to improve. My Twitter feed will be back on again from tomorrow, saying what I've done in the previous day. Food-wise, I've not put today's food in yet, so I think I'll just write off today. I'm not going to go take away again tonight. What was I going to say? Yes, I'll eat properly tonight, but tomorrow, as I say, everything's going to go back onto Twitter. See if I can get that bratwurst thing to chime in again. That was weird, that was. In case you didn't see before, I had a bratwurst sausage butty for breakfast one day, and I've got some bratwurst in the fridge, actually, so I might actually have that for a couple of days this week. And when I tweeted that I'd had that for breakfast, there was some robot that retweeted me automatically, so me and a couple of friends just spammed the hell out of it and ended up having the highest number of bratwurst tweets for the day, which was unique to say the least, and totally unexpected. But yeah, I'm open to suggestions as to what I can do to improve. Please leave comments, anything you can think of. Send me direct tweets on Twitter. Whatever you think I can do. Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of the plans I've come up with in the past have, well, some of them have worked, but some of them haven't. So like the Crushing It for Lent, that managed most of the way through Lent, not quite all the way, unfortunately, just due to circumstance, falling ill and losing half a stone in a week, well, in half a week actually. That kind of scares you into get food back in me, don't turn anorexic, anything like that. But I think that's probably been the turning point and why I've fallen behind again. Anyway, I'm rambling, and I do rambling ever so well. I'm also playing with a cable here, by the way. This is for plugging my phone in. Which I didn't even check was silenced before starting this recording, so I'm amazed it's not gone off. I'm impressed. Anyway, this is turned into a huge ramble, so I'm going to cut it there. Thank you very much for watching if you've made it this far. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos, like if you like what I'm doing, and as I say, suggestions in the comments as to what I can do better. Otherwise, thanks very much for listening and watching, and have a good day.